Sally, you're all right.
Well, of course I'm all right. But my purse, Mac.
I'll have Enright put the purse-snatching detail on it right away.
Is that all you do? Just put the purse-snatching detail on it?
Well, that's our normal procedure, but if you want special attention...
Oh, no. I just want to be as satisfied as any other woman that you have to handle.
I'll see that you're not neglected.
Okay. Thanks, Mac. Bye-bye. What I expected Mac to do, but he certainly did do it, didn't he?
Well, he is the police commissioner, you know.
I know, but I didn't expect it to get here before I did. Wasn't that sweet of him to surprise me like this?
You're surprised. The front doorbell rings, I answer the door, and there's nothing there, just this purse. Couldn't the policeman have waited until I'd gotten there? I mean, I would have given him a cup of coffee or something. Hey, you don't suppose the word is out on my coffee, do you?
Mildred, I don't think anything is missing.
Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a candy heart. You're always nibbling, aren't you?
I didn't put that there. Mac must have put it there.
I love you.
I love you too, Mac.
I didn't put this in your purse, Sally.
Who else would?
I didn't even know the purse-snatching detail had found it.
No, sir, we didn't find it. Frankly, we didn't even have a lead. But we did put out a description of the purse snatcher.
Okay, Enright, thanks.
Well, how did my purse get here?
Are you sure nothing's missing?
Just something added. I love you.
I love you, too.
Oh, thanks. Hi there. Mac, maybe when the purse snatcher saw my ID, he realized you'd be involved in the case, and so he brought my purse back. No. Maybe it was just somebody that was very honest but didn't want to get involved.
Why would anybody honest want to snatch your purse?
Very good point. Mac, do you know, the whole time that I was out today, I had the strangest feeling that someone was watching me. As if he was following me. It was very weird.
He?
I don't know why I said he. I looked back a couple of times and I never saw anybody that looked suspicious.
Was this before your purse was grabbed?
Mm-hmm. But the thief came from in front of me.
Then anybody watching you would have been behind you. Mm-hmm. You would have seen the whole thing.
He.
Yeah.
Move.
Did I hear right? Hello.
We found a man who fits the description Mrs. McMillan gave us of the purse snatcher. Blonde hair, scar on his chin.
All right, put him in a lineup and Sally can... Oh, I see. Well, we have no other choice. All right.
That's him.
They found him in a vacant lot, sir. He'd been strangled. Commissioner, I ran an ID on the dead man. His name is Willie Blaine. 5 purse snatching raps, 4 convictions. Now, there's nothing unusual about him grabbing somebody's purse.
But whoever murdered him and returned the purse with a candy message of love is unusual.
A little unbalanced, wouldn't you say, sir?
But Dr. Voigt can help us find a behavior pattern.
What we're looking for is a troubled mind, and I think we have to consider the probability it's somebody Sally already knows. Perhaps encounters almost every time she goes out.
Then I probably know him, too. He didn't return the purse openly because he murdered the man who stole it.
Right. Otherwise, he'd have wanted the credit for finding it, the recognition.
Well, you know, Sally had the feeling she was being followed, so he must have been right behind when the purse was grabbed.
Yeah, saw the whole thing.
But why?
Oh, thanks for this. Well, possibly somebody with his own little fantasy about Sally. And probably all quite innocent until he saw the purse snatcher give her a shove. But then he acted enraged because he doesn't want anybody to hurt her.
So he killed the man he thought hurt her?
Which means the fantasy is becoming a reality. And I think the sooner you locate him, the better.
Mac, if the person that was following me was someone that I recognized, I would have recognized him.
Not if you didn't spot him, you wouldn't.
Do you really think that it's someone that I know?
We have to consider it.
Well, I felt so foolish yesterday. Being filmed with all those nice men.
They didn't know they were being photographed.
No, but I did. None of them has ever done anything out of the way. Not even so much as a glance.
Not to your face, no. That's why we have to see what they do behind your back.
That's Joe Marley.
I have been going to that station for years, and I never knew that Joe went every time that I left.
He obviously appreciates your business.
Mac. Sam the Lobster Man.
Yeah? Never could sell a lobster without first bidding it fond adieu.
That would appear to be a somewhat emotional response.
Maybe so, but he couldn't kill anyone.
Our favorite waiter.
Ingo only likes me because you overtip.
Casey, isn't he the man you forced to resign from the police department?
That's right.
I didn't know he was working as a bank guard these days.
He told me he also moonlights as a night watchman.
I thought he was going to try and be a private detective. Didn't he open up an office on Geary Street?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Casey's just a good friend.
Yeah. I remember him once telling me that a man could look a lifetime to find a girl like you.
Dear old Henry. Do you know that I've known Henry since before I knew you?
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Any of those faces look familiar?
The faces, no. The looks, yes.
It could be any of them, sir.
Marion, what are the chances it could be a stranger?
Well, it's highly unlikely a stranger's going to murder someone for Sally's purse. I'm afraid it's probably someone we've seen.
Mac, it just can't be one of those men. It can't. Can it?
Did you see anyone else that day that you know, perhaps spoke with?
No. Mac?
We'll find out who it is.
You and Mac are two of my dearest friends, and nothing's going to happen to you if I can help it. And I know I can.
I've been told that Marion often works overtime for your office at the expense of some of her wealthier clients.
Well, we pay her by the hour, just like any other client. Pretty steep fee, too.
You know, I never realized that Marion considered us such close friends, especially since she's only been over to dinner just a few times. Oh, and then we did take her to the football game that one time. Of course, you've known her longer than I have.
I never took her out, Sally.
Oh, she's the one.
One what?
The one you never took out.
Okay, process of elimination. Are you ready?
Ready.
The lobster man.
Sam Hill.
Yeah.
Sam, the lobster man. All right. On the day it happened, he was at his lobster bin on Fisherman's Wharf until after dark. So that eliminates him.
Joe Marley.
The fellow at the service station. It's very interesting. Right after Mrs. McMillan drove off, he told his boss that he had a toothache, and then he left. Now, I've checked with his dentist. He didn't go to him that day.
Any idea where he went?
Yep. Later on, he was seen at a bar known as Kim's Corner, where he ordered a double bourbon with a beer chaser.
You mean after the purse snatching?
Yes, sir, about an hour after.
Enough time to kill a man and deliver Sally's purse to our house. What about Casey?
The bank closed at 3. After that, Casey was footloose. We don't know where he went.
Henry.
Who?
The magazine man.
Oh, well, he was supposedly at his newsstand from morning till night. But periodically, he takes a break, closes up. Now, that break can last anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour.
Another possibility.
Now, our last suspect, Ingo, the waiter. Now, the only time he had off was the break between lunch and dinner. He lives alone at the Manchester, but he didn't go back there that day, which he usually does.
We're not getting anywhere, Sergeant. Have you noticed?
Yes. But it takes time,
Well,
sir.
we haven't got time. 4 out of 5 of these could be our man, and our man is apparently a maniac in love with my wife. Night, Sally.
Good night, Mac. Mac? Are you asleep yet?
Not quite.
You know that man who thinks he's in love with me? Do you think he's crazy?
Well, not because he's in love with you. I mean, if that were the test for insanity, I'd already be locked up.
You're pretty nice, you know that? Good night.
Commissioner? Commissioner? Commissioner, are you all right?
Of course I'm not all right. I just fell down the stairs.
Mrs. McMillan, there was somebody in this house.
Good thinking, Mildred. Did you get a look at him, Mac?
No.
Are you sure you're all right?
I never said I was all right. I said I fell down the stairs.
Oh. Well, in that case, are you all right?
Terrific.
Mac, look at this. Flowers in front of my picture.
You must be out of candy hearts.
You're going to get more than a 24-hour guard in your house. I want every available man in the department on this case.
You know, you seem more upset about this than Mac is.
The murder of a petty criminal is one thing. Breaking into the house of a police commissioner is another ball game. The next thing you know, it could be the mayor or an alderman.
Or the DA.
Right. Well, obviously, whoever it is, he's out after big fish, and I want him nailed.
You mix a nice metaphor, Chapman.
Do I have a trait you don't admire?
You know he's wrong about the motive for the break-in, don't you? Dead wrong.
Hello, hi.
Sally,
Mac.
why did you scream last night?
Who is this?
I wouldn't hurt you. Don't you know that?
Who are you?
I want to meet you, Sally.
All right, where would you like to meet?
You mustn't bring anyone with you. You must come alone.
Of course, just tell me where and I'll be there.
Soho Bar and Grill at noon.
Mac, you can't get him that way, and you know it.
And you're not going to meet him, and I told you that when you called.
Mac!
It's out of the question.
You want to find him, don't you?
And I plan to.
How?
By being at the Soho Bar and Grill.
Hello, Commissioner.
Commissioner. Mrs. McMillan, this is policewoman Ella McKay.
How do you do?
We had to borrow one of your dresses.
Well, did you have to borrow my favorite one?
Oh, I'll be as careful with it as I can, Mrs. McMillan.
No. Mac, it's just not going to work with anyone else but me.
Come here, Ella. Now, look. What do you think, Henry?
I'm afraid Mrs. McMillan is right, sir.
Why? They're almost the same height. They look alike. And it's dark in there. I think we have a chance. Will somebody say something?
Mac, I don't ask to get involved in your cases, but I'm involved in this one whether we like it or not.
All right, Sally. This is the way it has to be.
Orange juice.
Looking for somebody, little lady?
Yes, I am.
You just found him, sweetheart.
Well, actually, I'm supposed to be meeting someone here.
That's right, baby doll. Me. Jack Tibble, Wholesale Meats, Des Moines.
Meets with your approval.
Clever, huh? Clever, huh? Hey, if you think that's good, let me tell you a story. I tell you the story about Holt when he's going down the street and the little old lady was on the side. Hey, watch where you're going, will you?
Mister, we don't want no trouble
Hey,
in
you
here.
can't do this to me. I
Come
got
on,
friends
Al.
in Des Moines.
Come on.
I'm a United States citizen.
I saw how rude that man was to you. If they hadn't thrown him out, I would have done something myself. Care to join me at my table?
Oh,
It's very lonely out. Have you noticed? Even in the daylight. Join me, please.
all right.
Afternoon, Soho. Mrs. McMillan? I'll see if I can find a Mrs. McMillan. Hold on, sir. I believe it's him. Hello, sir. Are you there?
This is your
Yes.
friend. Perhaps
I
you'd
was
like to
told
join
Mrs.
us.
McMillan was in the ladies' lounge. She'll be... Oh, here she comes now, sir. She'll be right with you. One moment.
Why is he calling?
He's probably checking to make sure you're here. Enright's tracing the call.
Can't you hurry the trace?
Just one moment, sir. She's on her way.
Well, I have to talk to him, Mac. He's not going to stall forever.
No.
Mackie's not gonna wait there. I have to talk to him.
Okay.
I've got it. He's in a phone booth at the station where Joe Marley works.
Stall him as long as you can.
Yes, sir.
Johnson, take Mrs. McMillan home.
What was the name, sir?
He's still at lunch. Should have been back by now.
Where does he eat?
Could be anywhere.
Commissioner!
Hello?
I want to speak to Sally McMillan.
Suppose you speak to me. I'm her husband.
She's there with you, isn't she? I know she's there.
What is it you want?
She tried to trick me. She betrayed me, and I loved her.
Was it him?
Yeah. Asking for Sally.
Joe Marley would know this number.
Well, what's going on, Commissioner? Somebody try to hold us up?
Where have you been for the past hour, Joe?
Lunch. Why?
Where'd you eat?
In my car. Here, take a look. I still got a half a pastrami sandwich left. Anybody want it? As you can see, I'm not a litter bug, or I'd have thrown it away already. Oh, for crying out loud, Commissioner, at least tell me what you think I did. Commissioner, there's a call for you.
Mac, he called again, the same man. Just a minute ago. He says he's gonna kill me.
Hi.
Hi, how you feeling?
Fine. Are you okay? I've been worried about you.
I'm fine. I mean, how often does a girl get two guys to make a pass at her in one day? I loved it.
Uh-huh.
Really, I was very flattered. Besides, Mildred told me it's been years since she's had two guys make a pass at her in 5 minutes.
Oh, so?
Really, she asked me for the address of the Soho Bar and Grill so she could hang around there, I think.
You sure you're okay?
I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? Policeman at the front door, all the locks are changed.
Then give me a kiss. That's the only way I'll know you're telling me the truth. You're trembling.
Why not? You're still the best kisser in town.
All right. Suppose we concentrate on the phone calls.
Well, he disguises his voice, I'm sure of that.
There was something familiar about it, though, wasn't there?
Do you realize what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. I know him, too. But who?
Someone we both know,
Who appears to be normal.
but who's really very weird. Who does it fit?
All of them.
Well, I'm just going to sit right down here and think about all of them, one by one.
Then you'll go out of your mind.
I think I already have.
You know we're not getting anywhere.
Well, if I weren't so afraid of having a bad dream, I'd say let's go to bed.
No, we're getting somewhere.
By trying to entice him into a trap, she rejected him. I'm not surprised he threatened to kill her.
I never should have allowed Sally to go there.
Don't blame yourself.
I knew better, too, Mary, and I'm worried. We're not moving fast enough.
Well, I've been going over these suspects in Sergeant Enright's report. Your waiter is a very interesting study. He's got a bright, cheerful exterior, but it conceals a deep inner brooding. Joe Marley's got the kind of ego that make him think he's a lady killer. On the outside, Henry is a male Pollyanna. To him, the world is a beautiful place, but is it? I went by the bank and spoke with his boss. He says Casey's doing just fine, seems to be adjusting to his new life. But you and I both know if he didn't suffer from hypertension and blackouts, he'd still be on the police payroll.
And we still don't know who it is. Is that what you're saying?
I'm afraid so. All you can do is just keep a closer watch on Sally as possible. He threatened to kill her, and you can be sure he's going to try to do it. Now, is there any other cheerful news you'd like to hear?
Somebody, sir. Could be him. No, sir. When he saw it was a police car, he turned on the panic button.
Suppose we turn on ours. McMillan. Police Unit Y33 in pursuit of green Ford sedan, license number Tom Nora 440. Headed for intersection of Sutter and Maybell. Let's keep looking.
Did you see the writing on the windshield?
What writing?
$695. Clean as a whistle.
This is McMillan again. Give me Sergeant Enright.
It was right here on the lot, sir.
Of course I didn't know it was missing. Do you know how many cars I got on this lot?
But it was missing. The engine's still hot. Do you leave ignition, keys, in all these cars?
Why not? We're open all night. Besides, where would I hang that many keys anyway? Get mixed up, I'd have a locksmith there
Anything,
you wouldn't
Jimmy?
believe.
No prints inside, sir. Just like it says on the windshield. Clean as a whistle.
You won't find any on the outside either. The lot boy just wiped it down.
Check it anyway.
Yes,
We
sir.
run a tight ship at O'Hara.
The man who stole it obviously wore gloves.
Because he knew it would be traced. You sure nobody saw him take it or bring it back?
You know how many cars I got on this lot?
No.
How many cars do you think he has, Commissioner?
Come on.
It couldn't be Casey Mack. He's such a sweet person.
That's what he says about you, you know.
Mac, really?
Sally, I have to explore every possible direction. We worked that stake out of the Soho very carefully. Only someone with experience would be able to figure it out, like a former cop.
You're zeroing in on Casey.
I'm zeroing in on everybody. We have to figure it out, no matter who it is.
I agree. But making a phone call to a booth at Joe Marley's station? How would Casey know about that?
Well, if he's following you around, he knows everything. And being the smart cop that he is.
He might have thrown in Joe as a red herring.
Those little chats you've been having with Casey in front of the bank, what were they about?
Oh, nothing really. Time of day.
Well, it doesn't take 11 minutes and 14 seconds to discuss the time of day.
You clocked us.
I did. What did you talk about, Sally?
I don't know. Casey used to like to talk about his wife. He still grieves for her. He goes to visit the cemetery all the time. Puts little flowers on her grave. He grows those flowers himself. He has a hothouse behind the place where he lives.
You just said it.
I did.
Mm-hmm. The violets.
Casey knew they were my favorite flowers.
No. I know they're your favorites. But when I went to the florist to buy you some, they were out.
So you brought me those roses. They were nice.
Violets are seasonal, unless you have some way of controlling it.
Hothouse. Oh,
I think I'll have a little chat with Casey.
why do we always have to get our best clues at bedtime?
He works here, sir, moonlighting as a night watchman. Then he works all day at the bank. I don't know how he does it. Can't be helping his hypertension any.
Casey? 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 down.
Freeze, Casey. Give me the gun.
Get the light switch, Enright.
Why, Commissioner, what are you two guys doing here?
Find out why you tried to kill us.
Me? Try to kill you?
That's right, where you worked, not 10 minutes ago.
Fellas, I've been here for an hour, maybe more.
Why weren't you at work?
Now, look, Commissioner, I work all day at the bank and all night at the garage. So what's a man gonna do? Sometimes I slip over here, tend my flowers, get a little sleep. Well, the guy who comes out in the morning punches out for me. Nobody's the wiser. That is, up until now, anyway.
I'll check with that guy today, Commissioner.
Good, do that. I want you to. He'll tell you.
What about now, Casey? Why the gun now?
Well, you see, I thought it was this vandal again. You know, some bum has broken into here 3 different times. Hey, look. You see where the guy busted my lock. Well, tonight I figured I'd leave the lights out in the house, so he thought maybe I could trap this guy back here. You know, it's a funny thing. All this guy ever steals is my violets. Yeah, by the handful. Hey, take a look. Yeah, see what I mean?
I love you. Casey, I'm gonna have to take you in for questioning.
But why? What's that thing you just found?
This one says, "Oh, you kid."
Now, look, Commissioner. Now, why would you think I'd try to kill you over that garage when I wasn't even over there?
The questions I'm gonna ask you are about the murder of a purse snatcher named Willie Blaine.
Oh, this is a frame. Now, you know it's a frame. You've always been against me, Mac. Yeah, you could have kept me on the force, but you wouldn't. And you know your wife likes me, too. Maybe too much. And now you're out to fix my wagon for good, aren't you?
You're talking like a...
Yeah, it's been quite a vendetta you've been having all these years. Sure, now I know who broke in here, even scattered evidence around. Didn't even know anything about.
Really believe
Yes, I can believe it, and I do. Listen, Mac, nobody's gonna put no hustle over on me. Nobody! Not even you!
That's enough!
Take your hands off me, Henry!
I'll put out an APB on him.
Hey, gin.
Oh, wait a minute. That 5 doesn't fit there. You don't have gin.
This deal. Here, your deal this time.
Say, you sure you're on a little edgy tonight?
No, no. 1,000 times no.
Well, you know what Hemingway said about people who protest too much.
Hemingway? I know what Shakespeare said. What did Hemingway say?
Pretty much the same thing. Well, you know how those fellas are. They all think alike. Anyway, I wouldn't want to take advantage of you. I mean, seeing that you owe me $3.12 for ready.
You're the one that said you...
No, not me. Nobody's threatened my life.
Wish Mac would get home.
Yeah, right. It's getting kind of late.
Well, if you'd like to go on to bed.
Oh, who's tired? I mean, we've only played 6, 7, 8, 14 games so far.
Why do you keep looking at the front door? You know the lock was changed.
Do I keep looking at the front door?
Yes, you do, and there is also a policeman guarding the door.
Yeah, well, I know there's a policeman guarding a door, and that's why I'm not nervous.
Oh. I think that's enough, Mildred.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, what's that?
I think it's the wind.
It hasn't been a windy night.
It's probably getting ready to rain.
Or somebody's getting ready to break in.
For heaven's sakes, would you get a grip on yourself, Mildred?
It's you I'm worried about. No, it's me I'm worried about.
Mildred, there is nobody trying to break in.
Well, somebody's making a lot of noise, not trying to break in.
It's the wind. Can't you see it?
Hey,
It's the
windy
wind.
nights.
Let's just go to bed, Mildred. We have no idea when Mac is going to be home.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna leave me here just like that, right? Listen, wouldn't you like to take another crack at getting your $3.12 back? I'd be an easy mark now, I promise.
Good night, Mildred. And thanks for staying up with me, so I wouldn't be nervous.
You're right.
Out there now. You go to the front door and you open it and let that policeman in, okay?
You can open that door for anybody.
I'm not gonna open it.
Well, neither am I.
We'll go together. Ah!
What's the matter with you two?
Mac, there is somebody out by my window. I just saw him.
Yes, sir. Someone was here, all right.
Get a print on it right away.
Yes, sir.
What I don't understand is how you could let Casey get away from you in the first place. A man you know tried to kill you.
In the first place, I didn't let him get away. He escaped. And in the second place, I don't know. It was Casey who tried to run us down in the garage.
Who else would it have been? Or is that particular garage a hangout for psychos?
I'm afraid I agree with him, Mac. Are you sure you don't blame yourself for forcing Casey's retirement?
No, a man with hypertension shouldn't be on the force. He could kill without meaning to.
He could also kill meaning to. And right now, he's out there prowling the streets with a hothouse full of evidence against him.
He's much too good a cop to sprinkle clues around like that.
He left those clues because he's off his rocker. Now ask Marion. Anybody in a state like that could leave dozens of clues without even giving it a second thought.
All right, I put out an APB on him. There can't be too many places a man like Casey could run.
Well, I hope for your wife's sake that's true. I'll see you.
And besides, I don't think Casey's the answer.
Why? What do you mean?
The footprint outside our window last night was a size 8. Casey's a size 10.
Who's an 8?
Okay, I didn't show up for work. What's it to
You
you?
didn't even call in.
No, I haven't even been out of bed yet.
Why? Where were you last night?
I was out.
The commissioner asked where you were last night, Joe.
I was bar hopping. I got a little loaded.
Where?
I started at Kim's Corner, and after that, I don't remember. The reason I didn't show up for work, I'm shaking so much, I can hardly stand.
Were you at my house last night?
Why would I go there?
That's what we're here to find out.
Well, I told you, I don't remember where I was.
Well, think, Joe.
All right. Well, I got a headache yesterday afternoon. I felt lousy after that hullabaloo at the station. And after 4 or 5 drinks, I began to get sore about it. I mean, why me? Why do you pick on me? And then I got steamed.
And then what?
I don't know. I'm not sure about the rest.
Well, tell us anyway.
It's pink elephant time. And I get that way sometimes when I drink. Yeah, I thought I saw your wife walk into the place, and by the time I realized that it wasn't her, well, I made a fool of myself, and they kicked me out of the place.
Then what did you do?
I walked. I mean, that's all I remember, is I walked.
Why did you end up at my house?
I don't know where I ended up, except that I ended up here finally in my own bed. I mean, so what if I did go to your house? Is that a crime? What'd I do? Break a window or set fire to the house? What are you gonna charge me with? Drunk walking?
Book him.
Book me?
What's the charge, sir? Drunk walking.
Commissioner, Joe Marley insists he didn't know this was your front door key.
Means somebody slipped it in his pocket?
Mm-hmm.
You believe that?
No, sir, I don't. And the cast from the footprint fits his shoe exactly. I think he's our man, sir. I certainly hope so. I know what you and Mrs. McMillan have been going through.
Yes.
Your wife's on the line, sir.
Hiya.
Matt, Casey just called. He asked me not to tell you, but he's going to try and clear himself. He says he's going to look for the man that killed Willie Blaine.
I'm glad you didn't tell me.
The other reason that I called is that I'm beginning to feel like the prisoner of Zenda.
Just as long as you don't begin to look like him.
Thanks a lot. Got any time to help me break over the wall?
This way, please. What a pleasure to see you again so soon, madame. And you too, Commissioner.
Oh,
Excuse
thank
me.
you. Ingo.
Yes, sir.
Would you like a drink?
No.
I'll be back instantly.
I don't think I'll have a drink either.
Sure is great to be out of the house, even with the forces of law watching over us. Not bad looking for a policewoman.
Harriet? Not bad. Great legs. Oh, you were saying?
I was saying that it's a little suspicious that you brought me back here to lunch so you could get another look at Ingo, our waiter, the suspect. Whatever happened to Joe Marley, the suspect that you have in custody?
Same as with Casey, too easy. Plenty of incriminating evidence. All of it could have been planted on him.
But Joe was outside our house, wasn't he, Mac?
Drunk. Bugged because police were swarming all over his gas station that afternoon.
2 suspects, both with incriminating evidence.
But only one maniac.
Well, 1 and 1 just doesn't add up to 1, does it?
No, it doesn't. We're overlooking someone.
Ah, so intent upon one another. They're oblivious to all around them. What a lovely way to go through life. I can recommend 1, 3, and 4.
How's 2?
Superb.
I'll have a BL&T on rye.
And madame?
I'll have number 5, Ingo.
My favorite.
Marley was questioned by a team of detectives, but with his lawyer sitting right beside him, we finally had to let him go.
Who furnished the lawyer?
I don't know. He had his one call, and I suppose he called the man who owned the gas station. You know what I don't understand is he was boiling mad when he hung up, but that lawyer was there an hour later. I still consider Marley a suspect.
I still consider everyone a suspect, which is why I'm starting all over again. Right from the beginning. Why, Henry.
Oh, hello,
Hello, Commissioner.
I do believe you're a bookie.
Now, you can't prove that, Commissioner. You'll never be able to prove it.
Relax. That's not what we're here to talk to you about.
Henry, you know this man?
I'm not sure.
His name is Willie Blaine.
Well, I don't know. He may have bought a newspaper from me, but I meet so many people every day, it's hard to say, huh?
Henry, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
How long have you been acquainted with my wife?
Oh, for a long time. Why, she was just out of high school when she first came by. Sometimes with her father in those days. She's a wonderful woman, Commissioner. Always so pleasant, so friendly. I never have to tell her to have a happy day. She always does. Nobody can deny her that, and never will. And as for you being married to her, that must be the dream of a lifetime.
Oh, it is, yes. Thank you, Henry.
All right. Have a happy day.
What do you think, Commissioner?
What do you think, Mac?
I think it's very strange behavior.
I think it's very flattering. Very strange. I remember the days when it used to be nice to get whistled at. Of course, I always pretended to be very insulted, but still, it was very nice.
Hold it right there!
Sally, call an ambulance.
I've been so worried. How is he?
Holding his own.
Was he able to tell you who shot him?
No. Still unconscious.
Poor Casey. Why did he have to go and try and solve it himself?
I don't know. But apparently he did solve it. And if he can solve it, why can't I?
Well, my father would say, look into his past. Who does he know and see that you don't see?
Or who do I know and see that I don't really see? Who do you suppose?
What is it, Mac? You're onto something.
It's what Henry said. He said there's never a need to wish you a happy day because you always have one anyway, and nobody can deny you that and never will.
You're thinking that the day my purse was snatched, someone did try to deny me a happy day.
But never will again because he's dead now.
Oh, Mac, you cannot go by what Henry says. He's always talked very flowery.
No, there's more. What are those things he wears?
Finger gloves.
Yeah, finger gloves.
Well, everybody that deals in newspaper and magazines use those. I mean, it's very common, Mac.
And convenient. Especially if you decide to steal a car from a used car lot. No fingerprints.
Commissioner, this is a surprise.
Is it, Henry? I should think you'd be expecting me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you should have called first. I'm so ashamed to have you see the place looking this way. I don't like living like this, you know? That's why I'm a bookie.
Saving up for a house like this? My wife once said in a magazine interview that she always wanted a house on a cliff overlooking the sea. You remembered that interview, didn't you? That's why this is hanging here.
You never got her a house like that.
You're the one that's been following her, aren't you?
Yeah, but listen, I won't follow her anymore now, Commissioner.
And you murdered Willie Blaine, didn't you?
He hurt her. He hurt her.
Why would you want to hurt her?
Because she lied to me. She betrayed me. I told her to go alone to the Soho, but you went with her. I saw you and the others.
So you went to the gas station and telephoned.
I was very mad at her.
You threatened to kill her.
But then I thought it over, and I decided that it wasn't her. It was you. You who overheard her make that date with me, and that you wanted to hurt her by not letting her see me.
So you tried to kill me in the garage.
Yes. I wanted to kill you then. But not now. Not anymore.
Why not?
She said it was wrong.
Who?
The lady. She said I should leave you alone. That it was Sally who rejected me. Sally loved me very much. And that all I had to do was to let her know how much I loved her. So when I saw that man grab her purse and he gave her a shove. I couldn't stand it. I got sore. So I figured I'd show her just how much I love her.
The lady who said it was wrong. She's your psychiatrist, isn't she?
Yes.
Hi, Marion. How are you?
Do you always answer the door yourself?
No, I sent Mildred to the movies. Come on in. I mean, how long can you listen to a lady tell you, don't be nervous just because someone's trying to kill you?
Well, I'm not so sure she should have left you alone.
Oh, she didn't want to. But I pointed out to her that even if there was any trouble, she'd be a very little help. She's kind of a small lady, you know. Would you like some coffee or tea or something?
I'd love some tea.
Okay, make yourself comfortable.
Her answering service usually has a number where she can be reached, but not this time.
Well, don't you think that's strange? I mean, for a doctor?
And she doesn't answer her doorbell.
You don't think there's anything wrong?
Well, I'd just like to make sure.
Well, normally I don't do this, of course. But since you are the commissioner and such a good friend of hers, she's always mentioning your name.
I think I can manage from here, thank you.
Oh, well, if you need me, I'll be just down the hall.
Marion?
I just heard the verdict. Congratulations, Mac.
Oh, Marion, I could never have done it without your help.
Anytime. You know that. Oh, Mac, wasn't that a great game?
Yes, I was just saying.
We must be good luck for the team. They win every time we're here. Happy New Year, Mac.
Oh, hello, Marion. I didn't know you were going to be here tonight. Happy New Year.
You and Sally? Why, Mac, that's wonderful. She's a lucky girl.
How do you take it?
Lemon and sugar, please.
Isn't that interesting? Same as Mac.
Yes. Yes, that is interesting.
when did Mac ask you to stop by? Do you know I had no idea how late it is? It's almost 8:30.
I saw him about 7.
7. And he was still at the office, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's my Mac. Maybe I better give him a call.
I took the other phone off the hook. It disconnects all of them. Sally, not yet. Not unless you want me to kill the policeman first.
I'm sorry, Commissioner. That line has been temporarily disconnected.
I think you've worked out the perfect crime, don't you, Marion? Convince one of your patients to kill me, and then you have Mac all to yourself. But that's not going to work, Marion. You know that.
Of course. I realize he won't love me as much as he loves you. At least not in the beginning. But maybe as time passes.
Put the gun down, Marion.
No, it's too late. If only you hadn't gotten here so soon. You would have blamed Henry. I know you would have.
You're not going to solve anything by killing us.
Oh, I'm not, huh? Old pal? Old buddy? The best friend a girl ever had? That is, whenever you needed a little help on a court case? Oh, but when you didn't, it was just goodbye, Marion. You are staring at a case history of an unrequited love, Sally.
Love? You call it love when you have a gun pointing at him? Sounds more like hate to me.
Hate. Jealousy. Frustration. Loneliness. Rejection. That's the stock and trade of a psychiatrist. A garbage can where people dump their misery. Who should know better than I?
Marion, we've always tried.
Tried to what? Be kind to Orphan Annie. The lady with a brilliant future. Living in the vacuum of her own private hell. With no place to go but crazy.
You can still be helped.
Oh, yes, I can. I can, but you and Sally can't. And when that cop comes running in from outside, there won't be any more help for him either.
There's no cop out in front. I sent him around the back. He's coming up behind you right now. It's true. I went to your apartment. I saw your room. I knew Sally was in trouble when I came here.
I've seen you bluff in court, Mac. I'm sorry. You're just not that good.
Don't move, Dr. Voigt.
When Joe thought he saw me walk into the bar, he really did see a woman.
Marion. When he was thrown out, she followed him.
And she managed to slip our house key into his pocket? Boy, she sure went to a lot of trouble to point the finger at everybody else.
Yes. She even had Henry steal the violets from Casey's hothouse and place a little candy hearts there.
How's Casey doing?
Oh, he's going to be great. He said you could have acres of violets anytime your little candy heart desired.
What about Henry?
Oh, Henry will spend the rest of his life saying, "Have a happy day" at all the doctors at Napa. expect.
Unrequited love. That's so sad.
How about some requited love?
Requited? Is there such a word?
But it's much easier to demonstrate than it is to explain.
Oh, that's one of my favorite words.
Wife has arrived at the hospital, Commissioner. Dr. Jackson's already there.
Roger, I'm on my way.
Yes, sir.
Sally, you're pregnant. You've got to remember that.
We're lucky this time, but another fall could have disastrous consequences. You've got to be more careful, Sally.
I realized that, Dr. Jackson, but it happened so quickly. One moment I felt perfectly fine, and the next minute I was out.
I'd better talk with the commissioner.
Please don't. He's got enough worries. I don't want to cause him any more problems.
All right. But I'm ordering complete rest for the next few days. And I would like to have the law on my side to enforce it.
She's gonna be just fine, Commissioner. Calling the ambulance was my idea, you know. She wanted to pop into the car. But I know you. You wouldn't want me to take any chances with her.
Where's examining room, Al?
Just around the corner. Fortunately, I am blessed with a cool head, which gets even cooler in emergencies. But when I saw her lying at the bottom of those stairs...
This way.
Oh, yeah, right. When I saw her lying at the bottom of those stairs, well, the first thought that came into my head was ambulance. You go ahead. I'll wait here.
Sally, are you all right?
We're fine, Mac. Could you hand me my shoes, please?
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, I just had a little fainting spell. They shouldn't have even told you about it.
Well, shouldn't you be in bed?
Are you kidding? That's how I got into this trouble.
What did the doctor say?
He said the usual thing. That'll be $30, please.
Oh, Sally.
Well, Mac, really, I'm fine. Mildred just got a little carried away, that's all. How do I look?
Just beautiful.
I still look beautiful? And charming. Just sort of all around wonderful, I guess. Oh, you say the nicest things. Now, how could anybody know I'm here already? Hello? Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, he is. Just a minute. It's for you. Here.
McMillan? Who? Yes, put her on. Hello? Yes, of course I remember you. How are you? Well, it's nice to hear your voice again. What? Now? Well, I'm afraid that's impossible right now.
Mac, on account of me? I just told you I feel fine. Now you go ahead and you go back to work.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, no, that was my wife. Oh, thank you. Well, I'd love for you to meet her, of course. All right, Lee, I'll be there as soon as I can. Goodbye.
May I play detective?
You are your father's daughter.
That was not just another voice out of the past. From the way you reacted, it sounded like you just heard the Hallelujah chorus. Now, she wants you to do her a favor, but you're a little reluctant because you're afraid I'll get jealous, which means she's very attractive.
Call her back. Tell her I can't make it.
How long ago did you know her, Mac?
Oh, about 12 years.
12 years. Go see her. 12 years can do all kinds of things to a woman.
You're not a dream, you're not an angel, you're a man. I'm not a queen, I'm a woman. Take my hand. We'll build a space in the lives that we planned, and here we'll stay until it's time for you to go. Yes, we're different, worlds apart, we're not the same. We laughed and played at the start like in a game. You could have stayed outside my heart, but in you came, and here you'll stay until it's time for you to go. Don't ask why, and don't ask how, and don't ask forever. Love me, love me now. This love of mine had no beginning. It has no end. I was an oak, now I'm a willow. Now I can bend. And if I never in my life see you again, still here I'll stay until it's time for you to go. Here I'll stay until it's time for you to go.
That was terrific, honey. Just terrific.
Thank you, Ben. Mac.
Hello, Lee.
Commissioner McMillan. Oh, Mac. It's so good to see you again. This is Ben Matthews.
Hi. How do you do?
And Errol Wilson.
Hello. How are you?
And the guys.
Hi.
Come here, Mac. I want to take you to my dressing room.
Excuse me.
Mac, you are easily the best-looking police commissioner I've ever met.
I assume I'm the only police commissioner you've ever met. I've followed your career, Lee. You've done very well. I'm proud of you. It's even gone better than you planned.
Not true, Mac. Not true at all. I'm sorry. Forgive me, but things just aren't going according to plan at all.
What's wrong?
Jason's left me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Here I am, rich, famous, and abandoned. That's funny, isn't it? I can remember so well when we talked about our futures. All I wanted was a career and money.
Why did you call, Lee? It's been a very long time. We couldn't go back if we wanted to. And I, for one, don't want to.
I know, Mac. I've seen her pictures in the papers. She's adorable. But it's just that I didn't know where to turn, and then I remembered there was a guy who once thought I was a nice person.
He still thinks so. What do you want me to do?
Well, I suppose what I really need is some legal advice. Jason handled everything, personal and business. And he even owns half this club. Well, I'm supposed to open here in a couple of days, and I'd really like to get out of it if possible. I've made all the money I intend to for that scum.
I don't practice law anymore, Lee. I can recommend several attorneys, good attorneys.
Anything you say, Mac. Mac. Tell your wife not to worry. I won't try to retain you in any way. Come in.
Miss Lee Richards?
Yes.
Commissioner. Do you know about this already?
Know about what?
Could I talk to you for a moment, sir?
Sure. Excuse me.
Do you know her?
Yeah, we're old friends.
Oh. Well, then, sir, I suppose that she's already told you about her husband.
You mean that they've separated? Yeah, she just told me.
There was a telephone call to headquarters this morning from his secretary reporting him missing.
Oh, he's probably out on a bender somewhere.
No, I'm afraid there's more to it than that, sir. We've done a little checking, and there's a good deal of evidence that he's been murdered by Mrs. Richards.
No, you don't know her. But I've been seeing her for almost a year now. And I love her.
Love her? Oh, that's funny, Jason. Very funny. You're incapable of loving anybody but yourself.
Well, as long as you feel that way about it, there shouldn't be any problem about the divorce.
Divorce? You want a divorce?
The sooner the better.
No divorce, Jason. I'll never give you a divorce.
You haven't been keeping up with the laws, darling. Proven incompatibility is what's necessary in California. I'll divorce you whether you like it or not. Lee, what are you doing with that gun? Lee, that's just bad melodrama. You've never even fired that gun. Lee!
I don't understand. There was no gun. No shots were fired.
But you did argue with him.
Yes, Friday night.
We just heard it on the recorder. Isn't that the way it happened?
Up to the part about the gun. That never happened, I swear it. And we argued at home, not here in the office.
Well, what about the blood on the carpet?
I don't know what that is or what it means.
Well, the recording and the blood stain would seem to indicate that a man, probably Jason Richards, was shot to death in this office.
Well, a recording and a blood stain is not necessarily proof of a man's death.
I know, sir, but there are other indications. Now that, sir, is the sound of a body being dragged out of this office. And there's another blood stain over here, where the murderer paused while holding the body to open the door. You can see that there's a groove in it, sir, like a man's heel was dragged through it.
All right, let's assume that a person was shot and dragged through that door. A, it doesn't prove the person was Jason Richards. B, it doesn't prove the person shot was dead. And C, it doesn't prove the person was shot by Lee Richards. Now, does it? When was the last time you saw your husband?
Friday night. After we argued, he packed a few things and left.
Has he done this sort of thing before?
Yes, we didn't have much of a marriage in the last few years.
Do either one of you own a gun?
Yes, I do.
Where is it?
I keep it in the night table by my bed.
Would you mind if Officer Ryan went with you to pick it up?
No, of course not. This is serious, isn't it?
Well, it's a little too soon to tell.
Same old Mac. Always making life a little nicer than it really is. I'll see you later.
How soon will you know if that blood is the same type as Jason Richards?
It won't be long, sir. We've already checked with Mr. Richards' doctor. His records are being rushed to the lab.
All right. Tell Hank I want a voice graph made of this tape. I want to determine if the voices at the beginning and at the end of the tape were recorded in the same room.
Yes, sir.
We sure do meet people at the wrong end of the stick, don't we, sir?
How do you mean?
Well, you know. Here I've been collecting her records for maybe 10 years. And now for the first time I meet her. And I may be taking evidence that'll cost her life.
Mildred, surely I don't need all of those.
You sure do. The doctor's prescribed the vitamins himself.
The vitamins, where'd the rest of those things come from?
Well, some the pharmacist said couldn't do any harm, and the rest were my idea.
And now the latest headlines. The governor has vetoed the tax rebate bill, sent it back to the Senate.
Oh, that's no surprise.
Torch singer Lee Richards' husband, Jason Richards, head of the Richards Music Corporation, was reported missing today. Police Commissioner Stuart McMillan has refused to comment, but his presence at the investigation indicates possible foul play.
Lee Richards. He called her Lee. She's the Hallelujah Chorus.
Well, she's a good singer, of course, but don't you think that's going a bit far?
If I had known that the voice out of Mac's past had a body like that to go with it, and to think I sent him right over there.
Well, you just have to keep reminding him you're pregnant.
I'm not going to resort to that tactic, Mildred.
Oh, are you kidding? Now's the time to fight fire with fire. Keep fainting.
Even if I were worried, just a little, I still wouldn't use my condition. I'll get it. Hello?
How are you feeling?
Why didn't you tell me that was Lee Richards on the phone?
Oh, have you been resting?
Do you know it was only last Christmas you gave me one of her albums? How could you?
I gave you one of her albums because you asked for it.
Well, under the circumstances, I think it was a rather tacky thing to do.
I'd better come home.
No, don't come home. Not on my account. Mac, what happened to her husband?
There's every indication that her husband's been murdered.
Oh, Mac.
I was calling to tell you not to wait dinner for me, but I'll come on home. Enright can handle the investigation.
You talk as if you think I'm jealous.
Well, you're not, are you?
Of course not. I'm going to take her album and I'm going to play it again. I love the way she sings. Maybe you could tell her that for me, Mac.
I'll tell her I married an angel.
Oh, get her to sing it for you.
Mrs. Denny, you've been Jason Richards' secretary for years. Did he and Mrs. Richards ever have words here in the office?
No, I never heard them arguing. I make it a practice not to listen for that sort of thing.
You like Mrs. Richards, don't you?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Richards is a wonderful, talented woman. And she's very easy to get along with. Lets me run my office. No interference, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I think I do. Look, Mrs. Denny, I'm a friend of Lee's, and the more we know, the more we'll be able to help her. Now, a business like this must be filled with young girls trying to get a start. I'd imagine some of them pretty aggressive in trying to get Mr. Richards' attention.
Aggressive is the nicest word I've heard for it. Most of them would do anything to cut a test album.
And how does Mrs. Richards feel about that? Now, I know you're not the type of person who likes to eavesdrop, but there must be some argument you couldn't help overhearing. Arguments about other women?
Oh, Mrs. Richards has a right to be upset. I mean, wouldn't you be if you'd made your husband a rich man and he chased everything in skirts?
Anyone in particular?
Are you asking me officially? As the police commissioner? I'm not a gossip, you know.
As the police commissioner.
Good. Virginia Duke. Even give her a job at the club, a cigarette girl. And she brings Mr. Richards a lot more than cigarettes, if you get my meaning.
You make it very easy for me, Mrs. Denny.
That one knows what she's about, all right. She fancies herself a singer. She's just waiting to replace Mrs. Richards on and off stage.
You discovered the recording and then you called the police. Is that right, Mrs. Denny?
I always play the tape recorder first thing Monday mornings. Mr. Richards usually comes in alone on Saturdays and leaves some dictation for me.
Their argument sounds very conveniently recorded.
Mr. Richards records all his conversations. He's got this thing about lawsuits.
Could Mr. Richards have taken the recorder home with him Friday evening?
No, I was using it when he left.
Well, of course, he could have used another machine and then just transferred the tape.
Or he could have returned for the recorder after everybody had gone, taped the argument at home, and brought the machine back on Saturday.
Well, if Mrs. Richards argued with her husband at home on Friday night, and that was the last time she saw him, what was she doing here in the office on Saturday morning?
How do you know she was here?
Oh, I took her up on the elevator around 11:45 Saturday morning. I remember because it was just before lunchtime. Good little clock watching, I guess.
Did you take her down again?
No, she must have gone down herself while I was eating lunch.
Did you see Mr. Richards?
No, but then he usually gets in before I do on Saturdays. But I know he was here because his car was parked in the basement garage when I punched in that morning.
His car is not there now, sir. But there's a large blood stain in his parking place. We've already taken samples. We're comparing them with Jason Richards' blood type and the samples we found upstairs in his office.
You think it's going to match, huh?
Yes, sir, I do.
If Jason Richards parked his Rolls Royce head in, that would mean the trunk would be right about there, huh?
Yes, sir. We also estimate that the amount of blood that was found down here and in his office almost guarantees that the body was dead.
You think Lee Richards is guilty, don't you?
Everything seems to point that way, sir. Her husband admitted that he was seeing another woman.
And you think that when Jason Richards asked for a divorce, she shot him, dragged his body out of the office, down the service elevator, out through that door, all the way over here, lifted the body into the trunk, drove the car off, and buried him somewhere, huh?
Well, it is logical, sir. It does make sense.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Commissioner?
Yeah?
Just picked up a report that one of our Pacifica units found a Rolls convertible abandoned off the Coast Highway. The vehicle's registered to Jason Richards.
I think this will do it, sir.
The spare tire's been removed?
Yes, sir. Probably to make room. There's another blood stain there. It's obvious the body was taken someplace in this trunk, sir. And by a woman. A dress button, sir, with blood on it.
It's all the same blood type, sir. The office, the parking lot, the trunk, and the button. And most likely all from the same person.
That's an assumption. Is Jason Richards' blood the same type?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ann.
Mrs. Richards and Officer Ryan are here, sir.
Have them come in. Thank you, Doctor.
Mac, my gun. It's missing.
I checked the house out thoroughly, sir. No sign of it.
Lee, did you go to Jason's office Saturday morning?
Oh, yes, I did.
Why?
He called me and asked me to meet him there, but I never saw him. When I arrived, he wasn't there, so I waited about a half hour and then I left.
Were there any indications that Richards had returned to the house and picked up anything?
No, sir. We checked for that. If he was planning to go anyplace, he must have figured on coming back soon, because his shaving gear was intact and his closets were full of clothing. We did find something in Mrs. Richards' closet. There's a fresh stain on his dress. It looks like dried blood that's been partially washed out with cold water. And there is a button missing, sir.
Of course I don't think she did it. Only I don't know how I can help. Everything I know is right here.
How well do you know Jason Richards?
I work for Lee, and that's it. I started with her way back. I don't talk to anyone else. I don't listen to anyone else.
How do you feel about him?
I feel about my music, and that's all.
After all these years of working with Lee Richards, surely you must have some opinion about him.
In my opinion, whoever killed him was a music lover. Probably ought to get the Grammy Award.
Lee's a great singer, that's all I know.
What about her husband?
I don't know anything about Jason.
You mean you don't even know that he's your partner in this club?
You guys have a way of finding out everything, don't you? Okay, he's my partner, but he wants it kept quiet.
When'd you last see him?
Over a week ago.
Well, now, isn't that odd? I mean, considering that you're getting ready for your big opening?
Look, I run the club. All Jason wants are the fringe benefits.
They ought to send that dame to the chair. Even that's too good for her.
California uses gas, although they haven't used it in over a decade now.
You're breaking my heart.
Your relationship with Mr. Richards was serious, I take it.
I'm serious about one thing, mister. My career. And that dame's a career crusher. Now, you find her dead in some alley, then you come straight to Little Virginia, because I'll be your #1 suspect. But until then, bug off.
Did you learn anything?
No. She's just a typical little country girl frightened by the big city.
You all right, Commissioner?
Yeah, I'm fine. Is this the gun he used? You in love with her?
Yes.
Enough to kill Jason Richards for?
Yes.
Only you didn't. Even a piano player couldn't mess with a gun sight like this. Unless he wanted to.
You mean you're not going to arrest me?
Oh, we're going to arrest you, all right. Assault with a deadly weapon. It'll give you a stiff fine and a suspended sentence. That's the best we can do for you.
This is my life. Today, tomorrow, love will come and find me. For that's the way that I was born to be. This is me.
He's here. He's pulling into the garage right now. Do you believe it?
Yes, I do. Will you take that surprise out of your voice? It's not very flattering.
Oh, look, I knew he'd show up, honey. I kept telling you he would, didn't I?
I wasn't asking.
You want me to turn off the record player?
No. I've always loved that album. I still do. Except for that big scratch you put in it when you put it on.
I was thinking of your husband. He's had to listen to her all evening, probably. He could use a rest.
Mildred, could you find another way of phrasing that?
Okay, I'll work on it. But right now, he's coming up the stairs. Go on and faint again, honey.
Mildred, how did my mother ever let me take you with us when I got married?
Because she knew that you needed me more than she did. She was right.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart.
How you feeling?
Fine.
She's exhausted, and who can blame her, considering that...
I'm fine. What about you, darling? Did you have time for some supper?
You missed a wonderful meal here tonight. Your wife and I shared a fillet of sole by candlelight. Oh, so romantic.
I wish I could have made it. I only had time for a sandwich.
Uh-huh. Well, it's a shame you couldn't have been here with us. I'd already set up a lovely table by the fire when you finally called.
Good night, Mildred.
Good night. I'll just turn off the record player. Sorry.
You know, that was very sweet of you to call, Mac.
I always call when I'm going to be late.
Oh. Well, how are things going for Lee?
Everything we uncovered points to the fact that she killed him.
So you're convinced she didn't, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Is she still as lovely as she was when you first met her?
If anything, she's lovelier.
You're so honest. I hate that quality in you.
She's not anywhere near as lovely as the girl I married.
I love that quality in you. As long as we're on an honesty kick, why didn't you tell me why you never even mentioned her before?
Why are you making such a big thing out of Lee Richards? She's not the only girl that's popped up out of my past.
I know, but I didn't mind all those high macs. You never even remembered any of them. I don't think you ever forgot Lee.
It was a long time ago, Sally. 12 years.
Oh, before I was born.
Yeah, I robbed you right out of the cradle, didn't I?
I'm not joking. I wasn't alive until I met you, which makes me about 5 years old. Don't you dare make a remark about that's how I'm behaving either. This is very difficult for me. Nobody's ever gonna pop up out of my past. I don't even have a past.
You know how many years it took me to find a girl who could make that statement?
I love you.
From what I've learned, sir, Ben Matthews was involved with Jason Richards in much more than just the club. He arranged women for him and just about anything else that he wanted.
Maybe Richards had something on him. Forced him into taking him in as a partner. Forced him into getting girls for him.
Forced him once too often?
Yeah, that's a thought. Yes, Ann?
District Attorney Chapman to see you, sir.
Have him come in. Here we go.
Hello, Commissioner. Sergeant.
Hello, Bob. How's everything down on the 4th floor?
Well, we still get to put a few criminals behind bars. Certainly a lot more than when you were defending them.
Which brings us to the Lee Richards case.
Still the same, straight to the point, Scotsman. All right, let's talk about it. My boys feel they've got enough to press for an indictment, but you're recommending against booking her, and I want to know why.
Too many things about the case I don't like.
Such as?
Well, there's no dead body, no murder weapon.
There is a tape of the argument with the husband, her missing gun, the blood-stained button in the trunk of the car.
That's all circumstantial, you know that.
Now, come on now, why don't you admit it? You've been biased in this case right from the beginning.
That's a lie.
Now, come off it, Mac. Everyone knows she's an old friend.
It wouldn't matter if she were a complete stranger. I'm telling you, this case stinks.
Then maybe you ought to resign as police commissioner and defend the case. Personally, I think I could take you on this one.
Maybe I should. Might be fun taking this case.
That's what bothers me, how you can defend a cool, calculating woman who killed her husband with precise premeditation.
Ah, save it for the jury. If Lee Richards is as cold and as calculating as you say she is, why would she kill her husband moments after the elevator operator saw her? And according to the tape recorder, the very convenient tape recorder, the murder was committed at the heat of an argument, which of course throws premeditation right out the window.
If a woman takes a gun from her home, sticks it in her purse, and takes it to a man's office, we can presume she premeditated the use of it and killed him in cold blood.
Are you sure it was premeditation? Or, was it passion? You can't have it both ways.
I'll take it either way. Guilty is guilty. Now, I want an arrest.
When I have enough evidence to warrant an arrest, I'll make an arrest. And then I'll let you know.
Well, you better let me know soon. Because I don't intend to be a sitting duck for the press when they come screaming for blood. I intend to let the mayor and everyone else know exactly what and who the problem is.
And you, Sergeant?
Well, sir, there's a lot that I don't understand about you and Mrs. Richards. How long you've known her,
All right, I'll fill you in so you can have an unbiased opinion. I first met Lee in my second year at law school. She was singing in a cabaret near the campus. Now let's have your unbiased opinion. Do you think I'm wrong, too?
Yes, sir. I do.
Love is just a word of
Who is it?
tale I've heard before. A dream
Mac, I'm so glad you're here. Come in. I'll turn down this music. I was just listening to my latest master. You know, it comes out in a couple of months, and, well, I was thinking of adding some strings and maybe a cello. What do you think?
cries the blues, for only fools believe it's true. That
It sounds perfect the way it is.
Oh, well, then it's settled. We'll print it like it is. Mac, I called that lawyer you recommended. He was very nice, but after he went over all the evidence, he said I'd be a lot better off if you were handling the case.
Oh, it's just an old lawyer's trick to double the fee.
Well, I'll remember that. Would you like a drink?
We have work to do.
Okay, Counselor, you ask, and I'll answer.
When did you first learn that your husband was seeing another woman?
Well, you know women, Mac. You can't put an exact time to a thing like this. You just wake up one day and you know, that's all. Like you've always known. Well, maybe it's the way he didn't kiss you or didn't mess up your hair or maybe it's just the way he didn't pat you on the fanny. I don't know, but all you know for sure is that you know.
How long ago was that?
About 6 months.
It was a long time before you confronted him with it.
Well, I was hoping that he'd have his mid-40s fling and come back to his senses.
Did he have many affairs?
If it moved, he went after it. Well, they weren't anything much to him. They were just casual affairs.
Did you ever have a private investigator check up on him?
Well, what good would that have done? I didn't want to torture myself with knowing who she was and seeing her face, and knowing where they met.
What kind of a girl is he attracted to?
You're pursuing the theory that he left town with another woman, aren't you?
I'm pursuing every theory. That's why I want to know what kind of a girl he was attracted to.
Well, generally speaking, he liked them tall, shapely, athletic. He liked to sail his boat. You know, we used to do a lot of sailing in the old days. Well, he liked them young. Yes, I would definitely say that it's a young girl.
Now I want to talk about the big discrepancy. You say the argument happened here in your house and not in the office, huh?
Definitely. We argued, but I didn't kill him. He left home alive that night, and Saturday he wasn't in his office. I'd swear to that under oath. Take a lie detector test, anything. I didn't kill him, Mac. I didn't.
That's what we're going to prove. I'll take that drink now.
What would you like?
Scotch?
Scotch? Nothing else?
No, Lee. Nothing else.
Well, now that's what I call inviting. It's gonna take all my control not to make it a threesome.
But you will use control.
Wait a minute. I hear him coming. Get into bed quick. I'll whiten down your face with some powder.
Mildred, I've told you I refuse to take unfair advantage just because I'm pregnant. I can't stand women who use that trick just to hold on to their husbands.
And you know why they use it? Because it works, that's why.
When he gets here, you will keep your mouth shut.
That's a suggestion.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, Mildred, what's for dinner? Smells good. What's with her?
Laryngitis, I hope. How was your day?
Fine.
Mm.
You kicked me.
Poor Lee.
How did you know things were going badly for her?
I didn't. I was just feeling sorry for her because she let you get away.
Hello?
Hello, Commissioner. I think I've got something. Well, sir, it seems that a Miss Erickson always called Mr. Richards just before each of his business trips.
Where do we find her?
No address. But the return phone number was a photo studio. You know, sir, one of those kind where they rent you a camera and...
Candy Erickson.
Wow, what a dish.
You know something? Business has dropped off almost 25% since she left. She really knew how to bring out the art in a fella. They'd go in for a 15-minute appointment and wind up shooting her for hours. Once they start, they can't take their eyes off her.
Did she ever talk about any of her boyfriends?
Talking to Candy about her social life. That's like trying to discuss troop movements with the Army Chief of Staff. Although I heard lately she's been playing house with just one guy.
What's his name?
Well, she didn't say. But if I know Candy, he's a player with plenty of dough.
When'd you last see her?
Friday. I called her house, but there was no answer. Is she in some kind of trouble?
We don't know yet.
I'll tell you something, she's unreliable. She owes me a lot of money, you know. I advanced her half a week's pay.
Could you give us her address, please? Also, all the photographs of her that you can spare.
Hey, pal, I get a lot of money for pictures of her.
We know you're only too happy to cooperate with your police department, don't we?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
In this case, I think he put them in.
Miss Erickson leave word she was going out of town.
No, she didn't. And it's most unusual because she always likes to make sure that I'll take care of her mail and deliveries.
The closet's full of clothes, sir. Nothing to indicate her taking a long trip. And there are men's cosmetics in the bathroom.
Tell me, did you ever see her in the company of this man?
Well, that's hard to say because there were so many of them.
Would you mind if we looked around a little more?
Just take your time. Be sure the door is locked when you leave.
What now, sir?
You try it.
Okay. Now, if we follow your theory, Jason Richards and Candy Erickson became lovers. And they had a hideaway somewhere outside of San Francisco.
Not too far away. They use it for weekends.
Right. There's a torn program in here. And a book of matches. And some tissue paper.
Yeah, well, check it for fingerprints. In fact, check everything for fingerprints.
Yes, sir. Commissioner, I was wondering if...
What are you doing here?
That's my question.
This girl I know gave me the key to her apartment. Told me to pick something up.
What?
It's personal.
You ever been here before?
No.
It's funny. You know exactly where the lamp was. In fact, you walked right to it, in the dark.
I got good night vision.
You also have a good memory. Matthews, if you're involved in this case, your club license could be revoked. You know that?
I'm not involved in anything.
Tell me about it.
There's nothing to tell. I set Candy up in his apartment about a year ago. We had a nice thing going.
Until Jason came along, huh?
That's right. Jason was as dumb as I was. He really thought she was going to run away with him.
He told you that?
He rubbed it in. Nothing he liked better than to take somebody's girl away from him. Believe me, all she wanted was a career.
What did Jason have on you?
Nothing. Why?
Well, he forced you to make him a partner. He stole your girl out right from under your nose. You might just want to see a man like him dead, huh?
You're reaching, Commissioner.
When did you last see Candy?
About 3 months ago. I told her I was tired of picking up the tab on his apartment. She laughed and told me to get lost.
I notice you still have her key.
Is there a law against that?
No, but it could indicate you're lying. A girl like Candy Erickson would ever locks change after she threw you out.
Okay. I've been seeing Candy all along. She promised as soon as Jason got her career going, she'd get rid of him.
You expect to find her here tonight?
I didn't know. But when I heard that Richards had been killed, I figured the best thing for me to do was to make sure nothing of mine was around.
Tell me, do you think Candy Erickson capable of murder?
You'd really love to put the blame somewhere else, wouldn't you? Well, I'm not going to be any help to you there.
This folk singer was appearing in Sausalito 3 weeks ago during one of Jason Richards' long weekends. Richards' fingerprints are on that program.
The owner of a record company is always looking for new talent.
Yes, sir, but Candy Erickson's fingerprints are on the program also.
All right, so we brought along a lady friend. Now I suppose you're going to show me a book of matches, which means that somebody likes seafood and took a drive out to Sausalito for dinner. Sorry, Commissioner, but I don't see the relevance.
You don't find it relevant that Richards spent long weekends with a photo model? And said model and Richards are both missing at the same time?
Suppose I do. How does that alter the evidence that Lee Richards killed her husband?
Well, we won't know that till we cross the bridge into Sausalito. Now, will we?
What exactly do you want me to do, Mac?
Keep your eyes open. See if you can spot anybody who knew Jason.
And if we find they did have a place in Sausalito, how will that help?
All we have to do is find some evidence that Jason was alive on Saturday morning. We can break the back of Chapman's case.
And if we don't?
Sorry. I can't say I've seen either of them.
We have a lot of territory to cover, Fred. Do you know where we could rent a couple of cars?
Sure. 2 blocks up the street and a short ride.
Can you spare 3 walkie-talkies?
Sure thing. I hope you find what you're looking for, Mac.
Wow, what a figure. No wonder you're looking for her. You know, if I looked like that, I doubt if I'd be pumping gas for a living.
Have you seen her?
Ah. Sure I won't do, handsome?
Thank you very much.
No, but she sure is pretty. Did you say she was a model? Boy, that's what I'd like to do. Anything to get out of here.
You'll find something, Mac. You're never wrong about these things.
I didn't call about that. I just want to know how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm feeling terrific. I whipped 2 mountain lions and 3 tigers and Mildred all this morning.
You take it easy on those mountain lions. They're not as tough as Mildred.
I know, you're right. Mac, do you think you're going to be home for dinner? You know, I don't like going to bed with just a candle-lit table for company.
Blow out your candle, Sally, and take a nap. I'll be home in time to wake you up.
Mac? I know that Lee's going to come through this thing all right.
Goodbye.
Commissioner. Nothing.
Mac, maybe Chapman's right.
Chapman's wrong. Somewhere, somebody's going to be able to recognize a picture of those two. Let's keep looking.
Well, I can't say I know him by the names you've been using, young fella. But they look like the Jays. I showed them a few houses, but they wanted something a little more private, you know.
Tell me, do you know if they bought anything around here?
Well, now, I hear they bought the McIntosh place.
Thank you very much, sir. It's in a little cove about 5 miles north of town. I'll be parked in front.
Good work, Enright. Did you hear that, Lee?
Yes, I'll meet you there.
Enright, call the sheriff and get a search warrant. And tell him to dig up all the information he can on the Jays.
Yes, sir. I think we're in luck, sir. The agent who sold the house to Jason Richards identified him and Mr. J as the same person.
Have we really found them?
Kind of looks that way. Enright, why don't you check the boat and the dock? We'll check the house.
Yes, sir.
Lipstick. Is this going to be too tough for you?
Like the man said on the ship, damn the torpedoes.
It's dated Saturday. Still fresh. That means someone was here over the weekend.
Oh, Mac.
There's no freezer compartment.
Well, that's an old icebox.
Yeah, but there has to be a freezer somewhere. This is the frozen cut waffles. Here it is. Meat, vegetables, TV dinners. Enough frozen food here to last 2 people for a long time. Most of it seems to have been bought within the last couple of days.
What makes you say that?
There's no frost on it. See? Packages on the bottom here. They're covered with it. Look.
If only we could find who sold them this on Saturday.
Yes, it could prove that Jason wasn't in his office on Saturday. Can't be in 2 places at the same time.
Commissioner!
Out here. What's wrong?
Candy Erickson. Her body was floating under the dock. Well, sir, it looks like an obvious case of a double murder.
Yeah, a jealous wife kills her husband and his mistress. Just a little too obvious, don't you think?
Sir, the district attorney's office is going to press for an indictment, whether we like it or not. And if anything about Candy Erickson's death points to Mrs. Richards, they'll have a prima facie case.
There's still a body missing. Until we find Richards or some other answers, the investigation is open.
Okay, sir. What do you want to do about Mrs. Richards?
I'll drive her back to the city. I think the best thing would be for her to turn herself in.
Shame. Pretty young girl like that. I'd sure like to get my hands on the person who did it.
You can help, Fred. Put out an APB to apprehend Jason Richards.
Richards? He's dead, isn't he?
Let's find out. And lean on your coroner, hard. I want an A to Z autopsy on that girl, and I want the results now.
I'll do what I can. Talk to you later.
I want you to question every grocer in the area. I have a hunch Richards bought some eggs, milk, and a large amount of frozen food sometime Saturday morning.
But the elevator operator said he saw him in his office on Saturday morning.
He saw his car, but he didn't see Jason Richards.
We don't stand a chance, May. Why not admit it?
We'd have stood a better chance if you'd told me everything.
I have.
No, Jason could have gotten a divorce if that was all he wanted. But no, he tried to frame you on a murder rap and be willing to disappear for the rest of his life. He'd have to have a pretty strong reason. What have you got on him?
You never did miss much.
It's more than infidelity, isn't it?
He's been embezzling money from our company for years to pay for his habits. I tried looking the other way, and it got worse. And soon he was forging my name on checks. And about a year ago, he sold several $100,000 of company stock without authorization.
Did you tell him you could have him thrown in jail?
Yes. I told him he could have his freedom in exchange for 20 years hard labor.
Do you think he killed her?
I don't know why he would. To hear him tell it, he loved her more than life.
Well, suppose he didn't tell her about his plan to frame you until he'd taken her to the cabin and she refused to go along with it. He'd already committed himself. He left an awful lot of blood around and a tape recorder in the office. It's too late. He had to do it.
Possibly. But I don't think he has the guts to kill him off.
McMillan,
District Attorney Chapman would like to speak to you, Commissioner.
put him on.
Yes, sir.
The DA.
The Highway Patrol found Candy Erickson's car this morning. Lee Richards' .22 caliber pistol was in the glove compartment. Her prints are on it.
There's an awful lot of static in this area. Would you repeat that, please?
The Highway Patrol found Candy Erickson's car this morning. Lee Richards' .22 caliber pistol was in the glove compartment, and her fingerprints are on it.
Let's get it over with.
We'll meet in my office at 4 o'clock.
There's no longer any doubt about it, Commissioner. Bullets were removed from Candy Erickson's brain. The ballistics tests indicate they were fired from Lee Richards' gun.
Where's the rest of the autopsy report?
On its way from Sausalito. In the meanwhile, Miss Richards, I intend to charge you with the murder of your husband, Jason Richards, and Candy Erickson. Now, you have the right to remain silent. And I warn you, anything you say can be used against you. And, Commissioner, this one I'll make stick.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mac.
Sorry I'm so late.
That's okay. Any luck?
No luck.
How's Lee?
Beaten. Like me.
What happened?
charged with the double murder of her husband and his mistress.
You're still convinced she's innocent, aren't you?
Yeah. Which makes me unique.
You won't let her be convicted, will you, Mag?
You're remarkable, you know that? Most wives would love to see their husbands' old girlfriends behind bars.
You really cared for her, didn't you?
I thought I did.
Well, then you just better go out and save her, because I don't want my competition behind bars looking romantic and unobtainable.
All right, I'll save her first thing in the morning. Hello?
Commissioner, you were right. Jason was shopping for groceries on Saturday morning. Yes, sir, I've got a man here who can positively identify him.
Is he willing to make a statement?
Well, he's already agreed to. We'll be at your office in about half an hour.
Right. Sally. Sally, but... what would I ever do without you?
That's something you'll never know.
He stopped in about noon or shortly after. I remember because my wife had just brought lunch and I couldn't eat until he finished his order. He didn't buy much, milk, eggs, that was it.
And you're absolutely sure that it was the same man?
Oh, yes, sir. I know Mr. J real good. Most of the time when he comes in, he orders a whole mess of frozen foods. But not this time.
Thanks very much.
We appreciate you taking this trouble.
My pleasure.
If Jason Richards was alive on Saturday, who was killed in his office?
If someone was killed in the office.
The rest of the autopsy report, sir.
Yep.
A copy's been placed on your desk, sir.
Thanks, Ryan. Of course, there's another possibility. Lee Richards arrived at noon, but no one saw her leave. Jason Richards could have arrived at the office in the afternoon while she was still waiting for him. She could have killed him in the office, and then she still had time to hide the body and get up to the cabin and kill Candy Erickson.
Possible. Except for this. Take a look.
No water on the lungs, killed instantly by the first 2 bullet wounds, Limbert. I don't see anything here to clear Lee Richards.
Look at the time of death. According to the autopsy report, Candy Erickson's been dead approximately 48 hours. Today is Wednesday.
That means she was killed sometime Monday afternoon. But Mrs. Richards was in San Francisco all day Monday. Talk about your ironclad alibi.
I apologize, Commissioner. Of course, with this, all charges against Mrs. Richards will be dismissed.
Oh, I don't know how to thank you, Mac.
Thanks are necessary.
Well, the paperwork's all done, Mrs. Richards. You're free to go.
And I want to thank you, too, Sergeant.
Oh, well, I'm not really so sure you should. I mean, I really thought that you were guilty.
Well, that's all right. They almost had me to that point.
I'll say one thing for the commissioner, though. He never wavered. He knew you were innocent.
That's because he knows me so well. Oh, Mac. Do you think your wife would mind if I kissed you goodbye? Well, Sergeant Enright is here to ensure propriety.
I don't think she'd mind. You don't mind that I kissed her, do you?
Of course I don't mind. Why should I mind? What was it? Just an innocent peck on the cheek. Frankly, I don't know a woman alive who wouldn't want to kiss my husband. Anyway, darling, you know how I feel about jealousy. It's beneath a woman to concern herself with such a cheap emotion. I don't care if she kissed you or if she didn't kiss you.
I think you've made your point, Sally. Now, have you found anything edible in there yet?
Mayonnaise, you want some?
Just mayonnaise? Yeah, there's nothing. Let's try the freezer. Let's see. Enchiladas. Macaroni and cheese. When did Mildred buy that?
Yesterday. Mac, if you don't want to eat frozen food, why don't we send out for some of that fantastic pizza?
Yesterday.
until it's time for you to go. Here I'll stay until it's time.
Well, I'm so glad you've come. We didn't get a chance to say goodbye properly, or hello either, for that matter. Jason, have they found him?
Sit down, Lee.
Mac, you're frightening me. What is it?
It ain't gonna work.
What are you talking about,
The
Mac?
murder of your husband and the murder of Candy Erickson.
Oh, Mac, don't make a bad joke, please.
You planted two sets of evidence. The first to prove your guilt, the second, the alibis to prove your innocence. By very carefully incriminating yourself, you made it look like Jason had framed you. No one, including me, would ever suspect you of framing yourself.
Mac, this isn't funny.
No, it isn't. Friday night, you brought a tape recorder home, baiting Jason into an argument, and you recorded it. When he asked you for a divorce, you pulled a gun on him. He told you to put it down, and you did.
Mac, I
Then
don't
Jason
know
left for the office, picked up Candy, went out to Sausalito to the cabin. You stayed home here and edited the tape. You took out the part about putting the gun down, and you added gunshots and the sound of a body being dragged across the room. Then the same night, you took the tape recorder back to the office because you knew that the secretary would play it first thing Monday morning.
Mac, I'm not going to sit
Then
there
on
and
Saturday, you went back to the office to make sure the elevator boy saw you. Then you went back to Sausalito, found Candy alone because Jason was at the market, and you shot her. Then when Jason came back, you shot him too.
Well, that's outrageous. How dare you?
All that blood, missing button, the ditch car, you planted all those clues. And then you turned me loose.
Well, that isn't true, any of it. I didn't kill Jason. And I couldn't have killed Candy. You saw the autopsy report. I was in San Francisco when she was shot.
An autopsy, Lee, determines the time of death by the amount of decomposition in the body at the time of the examination. You delayed the decomposition by placing Candy's body in the freezer. Then on Sunday, you took the body out of the freezer, dumped it in the bay, knowing it wouldn't thaw out in the cold water until Monday. A laboratory analysis will prove the food taken out of the freezer to make room for Candy's body was refrozen after you dumped the body in the bay.
That was freshly bought frozen food. You said so yourself.
The grocer said that Jason didn't buy any frozen food on Saturday. You didn't know that when you shot him. That was your big mistake. Jason's body is out there somewhere, isn't it? Now that we know that, we'll find him.
You really are the best.
Of course you needed me to follow up on all those clues so quickly. If we didn't find Candy's body in time, your whole plan would have fallen apart.
Well, either way, the object was to have him dead.
A divorce would have made better sense.
No, alive, he humiliated me. All those girls, the cheaper, the better. You don't know what I took, what I would have gone on taking if only he hadn't said he was leaving me. Surely you understand.
No, Lee, I don't.
You're not a dream, you're not an angel, you're a man. I'm not a queen, I'm a woman. Take my hand. We'll build a space in the lives that we planned, and here we'll stay until it's time for you to go. Yes, we're different, worlds apart, we're not the same. We laughed and played at the start like in a game. You could have stayed outside my heart, but in you came, and here you'll stay until it's time for you to go. Don't ask why, and don't ask how, and don't ask forever. Love me now. This love of mine had no beginning. It has no.
Sergeant Enright says that you were brilliant. He said that if District Attorney Chapman had had his way, that he would have brought Lee to trial, and that once the alibis that she had set up had been discovered, that she would have been acquitted. And he said if that had happened, that the double jeopardy law would have prevented her from ever being brought to justice. You know what I can't figure out? What the clue was that got you started. My dad always said that it's some little clue that leads you to the big ones. But I can't figure out what that little clue was. And neither can Sergeant Enright. We went over all of them very carefully. Come on, Mac, give a girl some help. What was the little clue? I bet you if you just give me a little hint, I could guess it. Just a hint, one word hint, just a little hint.
Okay. Let's see. Matches.
Matches. It's a little clue. Matches. The ones that Sergeant Enright found in the wastebasket?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. She wanted to lead you to Sausalito, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, how did you know that the matches were a clue?
The folder was full.
Well, of course, nobody throws a book full of matches in the wastebasket. Well, I really think that I solved it. Because if I had cooked you dinner, instead of making you take icebox luck, you never would have been poking around the freezer and found the frozen macaroni. I guess I deserve a lot of credit, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Let's go to bed.
Do we have to turn the fire off first?
It's the kind of flame that burns itself up.
That's the kind of flame that I like best.
Come on.
আব্বা আম্মায় যদি তোর ছোটকালে জানতো তোর হাইটের লগে তোর গাদামির হাইটটা একটু বাড়বো, তাহলে নিজ দিয়ে এমনিতেই 6 ইঞ্চি কেটে দিত, তোর আর গাদামি বাড়তো। শুন, আব্বা আম্মা যা বলে তা কর, বিয়েটা কর, আর আমার রাস্তাটা একটু ক্লিয়ারটা কর।
ও, আমি তোমার পথের কাটা না? তোরা কেউ চাস না যে আমি পড়াশোনা করে এই নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াই?
তুই তো নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াস নাই, তুই তো আমার কাঁধের উপর ভর করে দাঁড়ায় আসছিস। এই, আসো। বড় এই কি তোরা সকালবেলা এরকম কাঁদতেছিস কেন? আব্বাও কাঁদতেছে, আম্মাও কাঁদতেছে। তুই আম্মা কি সকালবেলা কি সিরিয়াল দেখা শুরু করছে? তাহলে কিছু চুরি হয়েছে বাসা? কেউ মারা গেছে? কেউ কি মরার আগে হসপিটালে অ্যাডমিট হয়েছে? তাহলে কি হয়েছে? সবাই এরকম আয়োজন করে কাঁদতেছে কেন?
বাবা মা বলতেছে আমার নাকি পড়াশোনার দরকার নাই, ধান থাকলে নাকি ধানের মাঝে চিটাও থাকে, আমি নাকি চিটা।
হ্যাঁ, তোর তো ঠিকই বলছে। আর তুই কখনো দেখছো আব্বা আম্মা পোলাপানের সাথে মিথ্যা কথা বলে?
ভাই কি ওই কথা কইছে? কইছে আমার 1 মাসের মধ্যে বিয়ে করা লাগবে, বিয়ে করে 9 মাসের মধ্যে বাচ্চা পয়দা দেওয়া লাগবে।
মাত্র 9 মাস টাইম দিছে? তুই তো নির্ঘাত ফেল করবি। মানে তোর যে পড়াশোনার কন্ডিশন, তুই 9 মাসের সাথে তোর আরো মিনিমাম 4 মাস টাইম দেওয়া লাগবে, তারপর যদি 12। আচ্ছা, দোকানদাররা অবশ্য নতুন যারা বিয়ে করে তাকে চেয়ার দিকে তাকায় থাকে 2 পয়সা ইনকামের জন্য। তোর দিয়ে এটাও হবে না, তুই চিন্তা বাদ। হ্যাঁ বল।
তুইও?
কি?
আমি আগেই সন্দেহ করছিলাম তুই আমার মায়ের পেটের ভাই না। মায়ের পেটের ভাই হলে তুই এরকম করে কথা বলতে পারতি না। তোর আমার না কোনো মিল নাই, না আছে স্বভাবের মিল, না আছে চরিত্রের মিল, না আছে তোর নিজের চেহারার মিল, গায়ের কালারের মিল, কোনো কিছু মিল নাই। বাইকটা
শোন, আব্বা আম্মা যদি তোর ছোটকালে জানতো তোর হাইটের লগে তোর গাদামির হাইটটা একটু বাড়বো, তাহলে নিজ দিয়ে এমনিতেই 6 ইঞ্চি কেটে দিত, তোর আর গাদামি বাড়তো। শোন, আব্বা আম্মা যা বলে তা কর, বিয়েটা কর, আর আমার রাস্তাটা একটু ক্লিয়ারটা কর।
ও, আমি তোমার পথের কাটা না? আমি তোমার জীবনের বাধা? তোরা কেউ আমার ভালো চাস না, তোরা কেউ চাস না যে আমি পড়াশোনা করে এই নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াই।
তুই তো নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াস নাই, তুই তো আমার কাঁধের উপর ভর করে দাঁড়ায় আসছিস। শোন, আমি তোর ছোট হিসেবে চাই তুই আব্বা আম্মার কথাটা শোন, তুই 1 মাসের মধ্যে বিয়েটা কর, আমি কবজি ডুবায়া তোর বিয়ের কাচ্চি খাবো, বুঝছস? এই, আসো।
Xin chào mừng các bạn đã trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình ngày hôm nay. Và hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn cho các bạn tô màu một bức tranh hình con sóc. Và đây là bức tranh con sóc của mình. Và bức tranh của mình tô ở đây thì có 2 hình nha. Và cái hình bên trên này thì đã được tô màu sẵn rồi. Và hình bên dưới thì chưa được tô màu. Và chú sóc này đang cầm một quả thông nha. Và mình sẽ tô cái bức tranh bên dưới này theo cái bức tranh bên trên. Và các bạn ơi, tất nhiên là để tô màu thì mình cần phải có hộp màu rồi. Bên cạnh mình đây thì đang có hộp màu gồm 24 màu nha. Và đây là một hộp màu đất sét. Và không để các bạn đợi lâu thì mình sẽ bắt đầu tô bức tranh này ngay bây giờ nhé. Đầu tiên thì mình sẽ lấy màu vàng. Đầu tiên mình sẽ lấy màu nâu đi để mình sẽ tô quả thông trước, xong mình sẽ tô chú sóc sau. Mình sẽ lấy màu nâu để tô quả thông nhé. Mình sẽ tô phần đầu của quả thông trước. Giỏi nhỉ. Thế mà vào cái mỉ môi. Hả? Giỏi nha. Dẫn vào mà không biết bảo gì, không thấy bảo gì. Em không bảo cấm chị cho ai vào. Em có cấm chị cho ai vào phòng bao giờ đâu, hay là ngủ lại hay cái gì đâu. Nhưng mà vào phải có ý thức. Kiểu chị Hạnh chị cũng không nói gì, nhưng ý là xe ấy, kể cả có chỗ để không có chỗ để thì hả? Alo. 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 Chị nghe tiếng gì không ấy? Em hỏi là chị có nghe tiếng em nói gì không? Alo. Alo. Chị có nghe tiếng em nói gì không? Ok, và tiếp theo thì mình sẽ cất màu đỏ này đi và lấy màu vàng để tô tiếp bức tranh.
ও তুমি
ডরাইছেন?
ডরাবো কেন? মাগের এরকম আটকা মায়া মনে সামনে চলে আসলে তো একটু চিন্তা লাগেই। আর কালকে আবার তোমার মামার সাথে চ্যালেঞ্জ, বললে আইসো শেষবার মতো চুল দাঁড়িয়ে আশ্রয় আসতে।
শুনেন, কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন।
বাবা, কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে।
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন।
মানে?
মানে তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটার দায় আপনার উপর পড়ব। সরেন।
আরে ভাই, নাম লিখবা মানে? কি মুসিবতে বললাম, জিততে না পারে এখন 2 নাম্বারই।
কি করছিস? এটা কি করলি তুই মামা বলতো? শেষ পর্যন্ত ওই হাবলু মামার কাছে।
সরি বলছি তো, মিস্টেক হয়েছে। আর এটা খেলা না, খেলাতে হার জিত থাকি।
এই কথা তুই বলতেছিস? 3 বারের চ্যাম্পিয়ন নিলয় বলতেছে এই কথা, শেষ পর্যন্ত খেলায় হার জিত থাকেই।
হ্যাঁ বলতেছি, এবার হয় না আগামী বার হইব। আর শোন, আমাদের না বয়স বেশি হয়ে গেছে, ঠিক আছে? এখন এটা জুনিয়রদের করা কাম, আমরা অনেক সিনিয়র হয়ে গেছি।
এই দাঁড়া দাঁড়া, জুনিয়র? হ্যাঁ, কোন অ্যাঙ্গেল ওই হাবলু মামার তো জুনিয়র মনে হইলো কত দেখি? এই কথা শোনার পরে ওই হাবলু মামা সানফ্লাওয়ার তেল মাইরা ঠিক ঠিক করে হাসবো। তুই এমন একটা কাজ করছিস মামা, এলাকায় মুখ দেখানোর মতো অবস্থা থাকলো না।
টাকা দিতেছি, একটা কাজ কর, বোরকা কিন না পিন্দা ঘুরতে থাক, ঠিক আছে? এলাকায় আর মুখ দেখাই তুই না।
দাঁড়া দাঁড়া দাঁড়া, আমার মনে হইতেছে কেউ তোর তাবিজ করছে। তুই কখনো তো এই কথা বলার ছেলে না, কি হয়েছে কত?
কোনো তাবিজ টাবিজ কিছু না। আর শোন, আনোয়ারের রহিম বাবুর ছেড়ে আনতে পাঠাইছিলাম, কই হয়?
ভাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। ভাই
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। আনোয়ার কই?
ভাই পাড়ায় কই জানি গেল গা ভাই? কামটা কি হলো ভাই? কালকে গেমটা এটা গেলেন?
যাওয়ার হইছে, কাজের কথা আসি। লাইলির পার্টিতে কাচ্চি করে দিব
না ভাই, পারুম না, মাফ করে দেন ভাই। আপনার লেগে আমার জানা যে রুমের লেগে আমি ভাই কাচ্চি বাচ্চি রাখতে না ভাই।
তুই কি কর? রহিম ভাই, মাথা ঠান্ডা, মাথা ঠান্ডা। তোমাদের ছাড়া হইব না তো বিষয়টা। এমন কাচ্চি খাওয়াই ফিরবো, মনে করো 7 দিন যাতে কেউ বাথরুম থেকে বাইর না হইতে পারে। বুঝছো না বিষয়টা? পারো না? যাও এবার রেডি করে গিয়া, যাও তাড়াতাড়ি।
একটু বড় খবর হইব।
তোমরা আমগুলোকে বইতা
আরে আমরা তো খাবোই, আগে আপ্যায়নটা করে নেই। পুরান ঢাকার ট্রেডিশন তো আপ্যায়ন করা, কি মামা?
এই তো দুধ লাইনে আইছো, এরকম লাইনে থাকলে তো কোনো সমস্যা হইতো না। খুব তো কইছিল খেলার কথা, এখন বুঝছো খেলা কি?
এখন একদম ক্লিয়ার মামা। আপনার একটু কাছে দিই। আলু দিই, আলু আলু।
না না আলু না, গোস্ত দাও, গোস্ত দাও।
এই যে গোস্ত দিই।
অনেক মজা হয়েছে। এই লাইনে দাও, লাইনে দাও।
আলু
ল ল ল লাইলি ল। তুমি লইবা নি?
খাইতাম, মজা তো।
তুমি একটু খাও।
সব মিলাম গুলোকে খাইতাম।
আরে খাবো তো, খাবার তো আছে।
লোকে খাও।
আরে মামা খান তো। আছে কিছু লাগলে বললেন কিন্তু।
মজা হয়েছে।
আসলে
না, তুলা গোস্ত দাও।
এইবার লইয়া কয়বার হয়েছে?
ভাই 5 বার।
তোমার এত করে কইছি যে একটু কম কম খাও, মাংনা খাওয়ান পাইলে হুদাই হামাম করে খাও।
দুলা ভাই আমি তো মাগনা খাওয়ান খাই ভাই, আমরা তো বাজেতে জিতছি আর আমি তো পরিমাণ মতোই খাইছি। বিশ্বাস করেন দুলা ভাই, আমি নিশ্চিত ওরা খাওয়ানোর মধ্যে কিছু মিশাইছে। লাইলিও তো পরিমাণ মতো খাইছে, ওরা তো পেট নামছে শুনছি।
হ্যাঁ, মানুষের খায় কাম নাই, তোমার খাওয়ানোর লোকে কিছু মিলাইছে।
ভাই আপনি জানেন না, ওরা অনেক ডেঞ্জারাস, অনেক ডেঞ্জারাস দুলা ভাই। ওরা প্রত্যেকটা ধরে ধরে ফাঁসি দেওয়া উচিত দুলা ভাই। আমি খালি একটু সোজা হয়ে দাঁড়াইলই, তারপর দেখেন আমি রাজপথে নামবো, রাজপথে নামবো, আমি আন্দোলন করবো অগো ফাঁসির লিগা।
যাও যাও, তুমি তোমার কামে যাও, আমি তোমার লেগে কেড়ে বয়ে থাকো।
আপনি একটু বসেন ভাই।
Ok, vậy là mình đã tô xong bức tranh rồi và bây giờ mình sẽ cho các bạn xem bức tranh của mình nhé. Và đây là bức tranh của mình sau khi đã tô màu hoàn thiện. Các bạn ơi, các bạn có thấy bức tranh của mình đẹp không nhỉ? Và video của mình đến đây là kết thúc rồi. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở video tiếp theo nha. Bye bye. Mình vừa dùng xong màu tím để tô bức tranh rồi. Và tiếp theo thì mình sẽ tô bông hoa mà chú nhím mình đang cầm nhé. Mình sẽ dùng màu đỏ để tô cánh hoa và chú nhím mình đang cầm trước nha. Và đây là màu đỏ của mình. Ok, mình đã dùng xong màu đỏ để tô cánh hoa rồi nha. Và tiếp theo thì mình sẽ lấy là sao vậy men? Vừa chú Quảng bảo là bắt em copy drive vào xong ấy, ý là bây giờ em copy em chú ấy vào máy copy drive vào xong tối chị copy vào máy ấy. Em bảo là chị đang ở gần đấy, ý em nói thế. Thế bây giờ chị nhắn đâu chị bảo là con đang ăn sinh nhật bạn gần đây thì tầm tối con mang lại mày ảnh sang copy nhớ và thế. Nhắn Zalo ấy, hỏi xem nào. Alo, bảo con đang ăn gần đấy, cách có 1-2 cây thôi. Nhắn Zalo chưa? Thì tìm thấy số Zalo không? Tìm thấy số Zalo không? Gọi gì? Bảo tối con não sang được không? Không chú đợi. Con đang ở gần nhưng mà tối mới sang được. Ok, tiếp theo mình sẽ lấy màu xanh nước biển, màu xanh lá nhạt để tô tiếp con chữ X này nha. Cái gì đang nha hả quả? Nha nho à? Thế á? Tôi chẳng nghe gì. Tại em đưa cho nghe. Ô Thảo ơi. À, mình đang bảo Thảo có điện thoại mình không? Tôi không quen điện thoại. Thôi xin lỗi. Mua ốp đi, mua ốp dính tường ấy. Có cái ốp mà đằng sau nó có cái dính ấy. Dùng tạm. Không nó có. Nhưng mà nó không quay. Thôi khỏi. Mệt. Thế nha, bye bye.